Duck Irving, hello. Does it feel weird? Because it's also like, oh yeah, you're also huge on YouTube. So I'm saying, yeah, it's hmm. I don't know. I don't really think too much about it. Drink water, so I shall. I don't know. I don't really think too much about being big on YouTube. I don't actively try to like build a persona surrounding myself. By the way, I lost a job interview today. I'm sorry to hear that. I specifically placed water close to me so I would not drink Cola Zero. But now that Cola Zero is just staring at me.
Wow!
Well, now I guess I have to grab a Cola Zero. I guess I have no choice. I know, I just think it's cool because I like the thoughts that come out of your brain, and I can hear more of your brain thoughts. Oh, thank you. I do think... No, hold on. I need to make this more expensive. You pushed me to my limit. This was too cheap. But I do like the thoughts that come out of your head. Thank you. I do think that, I mean, that was something I thought about when I was going into streaming, right? That was something I thought about when I went into streaming, like, oh, I don't know, I don't have a streamer personality, right? But that was also what I thought when I started making YouTube videos, right? Like, I don't know, I think there's an audience for everything, in some way. I could get some Pikmin. Yeah, 100% I can't stream. Yeah, I feel the same way. And I feel like that is almost like what has encouraged me to stream, and encouraged me to make videos on YouTube, where it's sort of like, I don't want to, like, pat myself too much on the back. But I do want to see more of the stuff I like, and I want to be a part of possibly, like, bringing that into, like, I don't know, the internet atmosphere, the internet world. There's a lot of stuff I like that's just like, I don't know, it's not popular, but it's just very chill and relaxed. If it can make that happen, more of that, that's cool. I think it's also freeing you just being, like, normal and yeah, I do try my best to be, like, authentic and genuine, but I don't know. I've talked about this. I don't even know what that means anymore. I've thought too much about it. Gotta fight with brain rot. Yeah. We gotta show people. Like, I don't know. You guys remember when people on the internet were just themselves back in the day? But now everything is, like, flanderized. But I've also been the victim to that also in my, like, YouTube videos. I say I always try to, like, aim for that. But I do think it can be, like, a bit inevitable that you kind of fall into some, like, stuff where you're, I don't know. I don't even know if I can think of any, like, example. Something I thought about, you know, being authentic and genuinely yourself is that, you know, it's actually, like, too hard to, to do it. Like, I think that, I think I guess I've been thinking about this since I last talked about it on stream. Being authentic in yourself. And it makes complete sense that people don't want to do it, because it's like, it's actually painful to do it. Like, there are so many videos I have made where I feel like I'm going to be, like, embarrassed, and people are going to, like, point at me and laugh, or, like, I make stuff where I just feel like I'm exposing myself and I feel like naked on the internet. But it's just like a video of me talking about, like, favorite colors. And I'm like, oh my god, people are gonna make fun of me. Or like everybody's favorite color is red. I don't know if that's true. Maybe in the, I don't know, before people came up with more colors. Back in the caveman era, when people were like, this is red and this is not red. Because apparently that was a thing. Where people just differentiated colors by, like, red and not red, and that was just the entire color scheme. In my opinion, being yourself comes down to not thinking about it too much, and just doing what you want. Yeah, I think that is also, you know, what I try to do now. It is something I've also thought about, like, every time you know, I try not to get, like, too worked up about, like, getting into my head while streaming. And it's not really something that happens too often, but every now and then it can happen where I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm streaming right now, are people enjoying this? What do I do? What do I say? Luckily, that has not been the case. I was a bit, like, worried that would be the case, right? But it does happen, and I think that's a bit natural. And I think my solution to that has been, like, the Zen approach of, like, when I get caught up with that thought process of, like, what am I doing? What do I do? It does kind of come back to, like, well, if you remove all these expectations, then you kind of find your footing again. You kind of find the ground again of, like, oh yeah, it doesn't really have to be anything other than what I'm doing right now. Red is pretty baller, bro. We could have stopped there. I don't know. I do think about that sometimes. Like, what if I grew up in Denmark? Would I have been, like, all about, like, oh, I love red because Danish flag. I'm a patriot. Maybe. Maybe I would have been that way about Canada if I was Canadian. How can I differentiate myself from a million people playing Silksong? Yeah, I guess that's not a problem, because I don't want to play Silksong. Doesn't really seem like my kind of game. But I don't know, I could try it out. Maybe I should. Yellow-orange is the true color combo. I feel like the best, I don't know, maybe this is me going crazy. But I've been really leaning into green and yellow lately. I feel like there's something like powerful with green and yellow. Like they are both like very optimistic colors and like creative in a weird way. Sometimes I stream just because I enjoy it and I like talking to myself. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I had one stream where I remember thinking before I started streaming like, oh, what if no one shows up to the stream? And then that happened, where no one showed up. But what I realized by doing that one stream was just like, oh, I would actually have like no problem if no one was here right now. Like, if no one was here, I would just talk and keep talking. Because that's just what happened, that's what I did. Turns out I can just talk forever. I don't think you need to differentiate yourself from others if you just want to stream and aren't focused on stream. Yeah, like, I just want to do this for fun, basically. I forgot what I'm doing. In this game. Wait, I can just play... Hold on. I did not realize... I can just play as Oatchi? Why would I do anything else? This is the rest of the game now. Oh my god, he can whistle.